So here is some info on the data you need to look up in Distill if you're fundraising. So let's just say I've identified a VC fund, Blink Capital, that I think is a fit. I can take the URL and go over to Distill and paste it in, and it'll look up this company in Distill. I could also just type in Blink Capital and then select the company this way. In either case, it's going to get me to the fund page in Distill. The highlights are going to have a lot of great information. So all the news about the company, 750 million AUM, their fourth fund, 270 million. Scrolling down, this is going to be the most interesting thing to see if they're fit for you, because Distill will categorize investments they've made in the last 2 years by stage, and if they're the lead investor or it's a follow-on or they're a non-lead. And so here you can clearly see that Blink Capital does seed rounds. So if you're doing Series A, not so much. Pre-seed, maybe, but probably not. And then we can also dive into the types of companies that they invest in. And so we can see mostly enterprise, AI, ML, fintech. We can dive into which companies are in each of these categories. So which edtech companies have they done? And then I can also go in and load these companies individually and look at more details about them. I can look at the highlights of these companies. Am I similar to them? Are they complementary? Are they a competitor? We can also, on these individual startup profiles, look at who else has invested in them. So we can see how much they've raised total, the other investors at this particular startup. And so that's really useful summary of any VC fund here. You'll also be able to look up all the partners who are there. So if we look up people who are there, and then let's just say Kyle Louie, general partner, you can see his overview and highlights, personal information as well about people if we have it, a summary of it anyway, of what they've publicly said. It's not private information, what you have in common with them, which is useful. We'll also show